There's a really nice kind of a vibe in the orchestra this year, especially because everyone's just so happy to be out playing again. For me, it's just like that kind of that you're part of nearly a community is really good, yeah. My name is Cian. I'm a fourth-year student of Business and Law, and I play violin. I'm also the orchestra leader. Playing violin since I was 7, actually. I originally played the recorder and was quite reluctant to leave the recorder, actually. But my mum wanted me to move on to a real instrument, you know. But yeah, so I've been playing since 7. I'm from Wexford as well, so that's where I started playing, in a little small room in a village called Ballygarrett. And from there on I moved, and I've been studying in the Royal Irish Academy for the last few years. I've studied under Professor Sarah Sue, and now I'm studying under Mike Darcy. It's such a different experience when when you're playing in just as part of an orchestra. It's kind of different than leading, because you kind of need to step up, like the pressure's on a little bit more, you know. So it was challenging, but it was a great experience, yeah. For me, this is my 4th year, you know, in the orchestra, and I was near the back of first violins when I started in first year. And you know, you see the people up at the front, and that's where you aspire to be. And it's crazy how you meet so many people and everyone moves on to different things. And now I'm in final year, and you know, it's almost like I'm at the end of my journey. Like, it's nearly like, whoa, what happened? Like, obviously the big thing happened in the middle, but it's a really nice experience, well-rounded, you know. I feel like I've done the whole circle. I think it was really nice to be back in person as well. You know, that's something we had missed completely. It's such a huge part of music making is live performance, and even though that was a recording, you know, it was great to just be back and, you know, sitting with other musicians and making really nice music. And the recording itself was a great experience, you know, like getting to perfect something and really work on a project and re-perfecting something. Like, oh, it was really enjoyable. I got a lot out of it. Little bit of pressure, you know, there's always that kind of, you know, you've got to listen, you've got to watch, you've got to communicate with, you know, obviously non-verbally communicate, but yeah, and those are definitely skills that you can use outside of music, you know, like working as part of a team, and being able to kind of listen and collaborate. No, it was a really great experience, I have to say. It's invaluable, and I think if you master the listening bit of orchestra, I think that is definitely half the battle, you know. You listen on another level when you're playing in an orchestra, and you're watching each other's body language, and you need to move as a unit. And I think that's a really vital skill to learn. You know, even if you aren't really sure if you're good enough to play in an orchestra, I think when you are surrounded by music and stuff, you can improve so much in such a short space of time. And yeah, I really think if you're in first year and you play a musical instrument, definitely join the orchestra. You know, you'll make so many memories, really good friends. Like, it's definitely a must, yeah. In my 2nd year, I was lucky enough to be awarded the Orchestra Scholarship for Performing Arts. And as part of that scholarship, I obviously had more commitments on top of orchestra as well. And then also my studies and my other extracurriculars that I do. So I think the most challenging part of all of that has been time management and just getting to grips with that. Time management, it's again though, it's a really vital skill that if you're someone who is playing in an orchestra and also studying, time management is a skill you're going to have to master, you know, if you're going to take it seriously. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting projects that actually came out of lockdown, you know, like musicians in lockdown and different kind of projects that people did. But I think I would say just the most important thing was that we were just able to communicate with people in different parts of the world. You know, you could make music and be on a Zoom call, and you know, it didn't matter, the distance or the proximity wasn't an issue. So that was a positive. You know, like some other funny things was maybe conducting on Zoom, which I know Cian had to get to grips with. It was, yeah, that was something he had to kind of like grapple with a little bit, but yeah, so it wasn't all negative. I think there was some positive things, and I think even having to adapt to it, I think that in itself was a good challenge. And it made us appreciate the live music when we came back. More live music is the way to go. You know, we've been really deprived of that the last few years. You know, I'm trying to think when the last Orchestra concert was, but I think, you know, you're kind of stunted in a way. Like, we have kind of been deprived that opportunity to grow as an ensemble, because, you know, there is that kind of musical maturity that comes when you play as an ensemble together, and we've kind of have been deprived of that. So I think, you know, more live performances would definitely be able to bring on our sound and our musical maturity. But when you talk about different genres and stuff, there's infinite stuff that the orchestra could collaborate with. You know, we've already collaborated with the Philharmonic Choir. You know, there's so many genres and things that we could do. You know, maybe something with dance or something. You know, like maybe like a ballet or something could be, you know, something like that could be a really interesting project. Yeah, the recording project itself was just a really special thing for me to be involved in. Like, I really enjoyed it, and you know, there was definitely some magic moments in the pieces itself. You know, like, especially in the foray, like there's some corners in there where it's like there's really moments where I'm just kind of sitting there going, wow, like, you know, this is great. It's really good to be back making music again. The Dvorak was Symphony No. 8, first movement. I love it. Like, it's just, there's got this kind of a rhythmic drive throughout it that we all just associate with Dvorak, you know. And I think everyone just really got into it once we grappled with the kind of the notes and the logistics of everything. Also, another piece we didn't get to play, but hopefully we will get to, is the Beethoven. So hopefully we'll get to play that maybe in the summer, or if we go to France, or if not, we'll probably play it next season.